Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back here to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks, Labor's Local 663, the Bank of Billings, Shelter Insurance Agents, Grant Baker in Aurora, and Sean Holman in Lockwood. Great Southern Bank, Doak Propane, Chevy dealers of the Ozarks. And we welcome now our Country Financial Team of the Week, Rashad Taylor in Springfield, Missouri. Team of the week, Wellington, Napoleon, Tigers, and head coach Andy Hampton. And coach, second time we've got to visit, but congratulations on the state championship.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate all the things you guys have done, recognizing our girls and our team.
Coach, you win 19 in a row coming down the stretch. What are some things you were really doing well there as you close out this season?
We really preach defense in our program, and I felt like in the playoffs, starting with the district championship game and every game after that, our defense was really lights out. The girls really bought into the game plan each week, and it was just a tremendous team effort on defense that led to a lot of our success.
Now, take us through that from your point of view, and we'll talk with the young ladies who are all seniors here in the picture. From your point of view on that semifinal game, we got Blue Eye, a very good Blue Eye team, and then an Ellington team that has had a lot of success as well. Take us through that semifinals and finals.
We got off to a great start against Blue Eye. They did a lot of things that, we haven't really seen all year defensively. And so, for us to come out against them and hit a lot of big outside shots, I think early in the game really helped us. They had two great players in the Arnold twins, that we tried to key on as much as possible. And, our defense did a great job on them. I think we got one of them in kind of some early foul trouble, which I think helped a little bit as well. And so, they're a team that pressed the entire game, and we had not really seen that from anyone all year to press us. And I thought our girls did a really good job of handling that pressure. And we took care of the ball pretty well. And like I said, got some good looks and hit them early. And I think just hitting those long shots early in our defense was really the key, especially early on in the game.
On that full court pressure that they put on for an entire game, one is Tantamount, their four-time state champion cross country, so they don't get winded too easy. But I really thought that was maybe the state championship game. But then you take on an Ellington team who was 25-5, I think, coming into that. Tell us a little bit about the strategy going into that game.
Well, when you get to the Final Four, we learned last year as well. It's hard to prepare because you don't have much time. You've got one night pretty much playing back to back down there, and so us as a coaching staff, we really tried to focus on that semifinal game as much as possible to make sure that we could win that game. And then at the end, if it was Ellington, in our case this year, it was nice for us because we played Ellington last year and knew they had a lot back from that team. So we were familiar with them a little bit. And then also the other team was St. Paul's out of Concordia, which is in our conference that we played 3 times already this year. So, as far as prepping for that, it was a little easier with the short amount of time that we had. And just, I think, going in and for us to play Ellington again in the state title game, it was really easy for the girls to be motivated to give their best in that game.
Again, visiting with Wellington Napoleon Tigers, our country financial team of the week, Rashad Taylor, 417-210-6913. Coach, you got 4 seniors there, and I looked it up there, 110 and 11 since their freshman year. What makes this group so special?
Just their dedication is the main thing. I mean, they're 4 driven young ladies that have given everything to our program for 4 years. I've never had to second guess them in anything that they've done. They've been totally committed. This year, they were a lot more vocal in their leadership role than they had been in the past. And I think that was a huge key. Our young kids really could look at them and look at the effort that they're bringing every single day, and realize that they needed to step up as well to raise their game. And so they're going to be extremely missed and hard to replace. But they've definitely left a outstanding legacy and expectations for our kids coming back in the future.
Hey, you might introduce them, just go one at a time, and I'll visit with them and talk about this season and what they've got planned for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Allison Dean here. This is Kelsey Best, and this is Bree Shannon and Aiden Shannon.
Allison, we'll start with you, and tell us a little bit about this season from your point of view. What stands out? What are some things you're not going to forget?
Well, this season has been my favorite season so far. We've had a lot of success so far, and I really like that we've been closer this year than we have in the past, and our team has bonded together really well this year. And I'm going to miss probably my team and how close we are. I'm going to miss my coach, Coach Hampton. He's been the best coach so far.
Was your only coach?
Miss Shannon. We love her. But as a head coach.
I understand. Allison. Now, what are some things over your 4 years? Is there one game you would like to go back and play again? And maybe it's a state championship game just from a few days ago, or maybe it's a game that got away from you that you thought you could have won, and maybe you'd like to play that one again.
Playing Tipton in the MRVC tournament, definitely would like to replay that one. A couple of us were sick, so we were not 100%. So I think we could have had that if we were all 100%. So that's definitely one I would like to replay.
All right. And we're visiting with Allison. Allison, as a senior, what plans, if any, do you have for next year?
For next year, I plan on going to Northwest and majoring in business, and I'm not going to be playing any sports.
So majoring in business. Is there a background? You got family in business, or?
My dad actually owns his own company,
Okay.
but I would like to get into real estate and maybe own my own real estate company.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, Allison, again, congratulations on a state championship, and then congratulations on being named a Country Financial Team of the Week.
Thank you.
And now, is it Kelsey?
Yes.
Okay. Kelsey, tell us a little bit about yourself and the position you play and what your responsibilities are on the team, or were, I guess I should say.
I'm actually guard. The season was actually pretty good. I enjoyed the team. Like Allison said, we bonded a lot. I just felt like we were very successful, and we all enjoyed this year. Not like we haven't enjoyed the other years, but we just had a lot of success.
Well, when you get that gold medal at the end of the year, that makes it pretty enjoyable, doesn't it?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you're not going to forget.
Obviously the state game. I'm not going to forget the players that I played with and the games that were tough, and we all overcame all the stuff that we worked on. Just the team. I'm going to miss the team, and I'm not going to forget them.
At what point did you realize during that state championship game that you were the state champions, and who was the first person you hugged?
I knew we had it at halftime, but I didn't really stay set that we had it. First person I hugged was, I think it was Melanie Thornburg and Bree. We all hugged together.
Very nice. Very nice. So what, at this point, you're 4 days out of it, what do you already miss the most?
Probably, not gonna lie, I do miss some of the practices because some of the practices were fun, and it just feels weird that I haven't done anything. It's weird going home after school.
All right. Very good. Well, Kelsey, congratulations on behalf of Countrywide Financial being named part of the Team of the Week here for the Missouri Sports Network.
Thank you.
You bet. And now is it Bree?
Yeah,
Hey, Bree, how are you today?
good.
Good. Tell us a little bit about your experience at the Final Four.
Oh, I loved it. This year was a lot better ending than last year's was. I felt like our team was, as they've been saying, a lot closer this year, and like everyone wanted it more because we did lose last year, and the same situation came this year. So I think we all just wanted it more.
What was the difference between last year's game and this year's game?
I don't really know. I think our defense stepped up a lot more this season and in this game. And I think everyone just had more drive and more want because we were like in the exact same situation and we didn't want to end the exact same way as last year.
You know, and it's being a college athlete myself, high school athlete. There are things that I still go back and remember from I won't tell you how long ago, but there are things 20 years later that you still talk about that went on at practice, that went on in games, that went on in certain situations. What are one or two moments 20 years from now that you're not going to forget?
I'm not gonna forget right at the very end of the game, Cheyenne came up to me. She picked me up after the game. And in practice, shell drill, that was my favorite thing.
Shell drill. Okay. Very good. What are your plans for next year?
I'm going to William Jewell. She is too. And we're gonna play basketball.
Okay. All right. When you say she, are you talking about Aiden?
Yeah.
Okay. Aiden, how are you today?
I'm good.
All right, Aiden, tell us a little bit about your experience.
Well, I mean, I think our team this year was that we had a really big goal to get back to the state championship and to win. That was our main goal this year, since last year we fell short. So I think it was pretty easy that everyone was a lot more motivated this year to get back there, and I think it made it a lot more easier for us to handle the tougher games and like districts and postseason to get to that point. There was a lot less. I don't know if it was less stressful, but it was a lot because we had already experienced it before. So I think a lot of the nerves were not as there as they were the years before.
And Bree mentioned you guys are going to William Jewell. What led to that decision?
Well, we had went up and met the girls, and we both I loved it there. I loved all the girls. They were all so nice, and we played with them for a little bit. And we met some of the girls that would be coming in for our class too.
Okay. Did you know any of them previous to meeting them there?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. What is the one moment that is going to stand out that you'll be talking about 20, 25 years from now?
Yeah, it's probably going to be, our last game, because that was obviously the goal that I've had since freshman year, is to win that. And then seeing everybody, how excited everybody was, even like our community. We had so much support from them this year.
How many text messages did y'all get after you won? I know you don't have your phones on the court, but you get in, you come out, you go through the press conference. Your phones had to blow up. Who did all of you hear from?
Yeah, family, some past players.
Some players we played against.
Yeah, some players we played against have texted us.
I think I had 71 text messages after our press conference, and a lot of family and friends. But honestly, the coolest ones that I received were from a lot of the former players that have been a part of our process and our tradition here. That just how extremely happy they were for all of us.
Well, outstanding. Again, visiting with Wellington Napoleon Tigers head coach Andy Hampton and our Country Financial Team of the Week here. And, well, Coach, now what do you do? Where do you go from here? You're losing these young ladies, and that's going to be a hard group to replace.
Yes, absolutely. They've had 100 wins in their 4 years, and so 4 district titles that they've been a part of, and so we'll have big shoes to fill. But I think the experience that our underclassmen have had, especially these last 2 years of being making it to the Final Four and becoming the state champion, is hopefully a feeling that they won't ever forget and that they want to feel again. And so, it's just going to be about as hard as they want to work in the off season to improve on certain things that we need to improve on, and continue to have a great team effort moving forward with whatever we do. So, like I said, we've got a lot of everybody on our team that this year got to experience the Final Four, so they'll all be back, and hopefully that experience will take over for them.
And Coach, any memories you're going to have about these 4 young ladies? You can even throw them under the bus now if you want, if you got something funny to say, because you don't have to worry about them anymore.
Well, I think I'll never forget them, but the biggest thing is their growth and maturity over the last few years has been huge. Bree is the most competitive athlete I think I've ever been around, male or female, and that's something that I'm gonna always remember about her. Aiden has shattered our school record books in every category, and just they both put in so much time. Kelsey is she's kind of our cheerleader in the group. She got injured for a few weeks during the season, and we'd go to break down, and everybody just kind of look at each other because Kelsey wasn't able to be there. That's her job, and so her growth in the last year has been tremendous. She was a huge factor for us when teams were trying to key on Aiden, Bree, and Allison about knocking down shots on the outside, and really just upped her defense tremendously this year as well. And Allison, she was such a great hybrid player for us. She could guard anybody from a point guard to a center, and did tremendous on that at the Final Four. She proved that. Wellington had a great all-state player in Gretchen Hackworth, and Allison held her to 2 free throws. And so, and she hit some huge shots in the Blue Eye game. I think even one from half court. She was feeling it so much. These young ladies as a group are so close, and like I said, they're going to be very hard to replace, but they've been wonderful.
You bet. Well, Coach Hampton, as always, I really appreciate you being generous with your time. Ladies, congratulations, and best of luck as you go forward in whatever you may do, college basketball, business, whatever you seek. And a lot of the lessons you've learned on the basketball court will serve you well as you go forward in any part of your life. But I really appreciate you guys coming on, and I'm glad nobody passed out or anything. So everybody was good. But ladies, congratulations.
Thank you.
You bet. Wellington Napoleon Tigers and state champions and our country financial team of the week. You keep right here at Missouri Sports Network, where everyone has a home field advantage.